Hello, and welcome back to Foos Entertainment from a very special review of 2018's Halloween. Like I have made very clear when I reviewed all the previous Halloween movies, I am a fan of all the sequels, especially 2, 4, 5, and 6. And everybody knows I'm not the biggest fan of Halloween H2O. And you guys already know when I reviewed Halloween H2O that I would say that this film is a lot like it. I have since kind of changed my mind about that, and I'll get to that in a moment. 2018's Halloween, is it worth the high praise that it has? I'll be very simple about it. I'm not that critical of movies. And I pay attention to all details. I don't go ahead and rant on one thing just because it's there. No, I have to have a lot to rant on. This movie is worth the praise. That it gets. But is it the best Halloween movie? No, it is not the best sequel. No, it's not the best Halloween movie. But it really does deserve all the praise that it gets. This is a great Halloween movie. I really love how it ties in quite well to the first film. You quite literally could skip every sequel and just watch this movie and be just fine. It's really, really, very well crafted that way. One thing I really like about this movie that a lot of people didn't like about this movie. Matter of fact, this is one of the things that people that didn't like Halloween from 2018 actually talk about fluently. This film kind of reminds me of Spectre from 2015, the 24th James Bond movie, and how it references every single James Bond movie that came before it. All 23 films are referenced in that movie. You just gotta pay attention, but it's there. In a lot of ways, all of the Halloween movies are referenced in this movie. Despite the fact that it disregarded every sequel is referenced in some form or another within this movie. That didn't bug me. That was respect, in my opinion. It was like saying, yeah, I know we disregard all these movies, but we know you like them, so we will make a nod saying that we appreciate these movies. And I kind of like that. I like the nostalgic feel of having the text, the beginning credit sequences and the text and the wordings and stuff like that being reminiscent to the original Halloween. I kind of like the way it looked like that. I also like the fact that this is feels like it ties in quite well. The character developments in it was pretty good. I really liked Jamie Lee Curtis's character in this one. Just overall a good movie. I will admit, when I first thought about this movie, Nick Castle playing Michael Myers at about 70 fucking years old, is this gonna work? I really doubt it. Well, this was surprising because this is probably the most brutal and most menacing that Michael Myers has ever been in any Halloween movie in this movie. So I would say I was wrong to assume that Nick Castle could not pull it off playing Michael Myers again at an old man age. He plays Michael Myers more brutally and more viciously and menacing than any incarnation of the character before. Even his original incarnation of the character in the first film. And all I can say is that's That's pretty amazing. Well, the premise of the movie. It takes place 40 years after the events of the original film. Laurie Strode is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. She has been obsessed with the idea of Michael Myers escaping and coming back to kill her. That she has trained herself to use guns. She has armed to the teeth and put traps in her house, panic room, all that we know about from anyone that's known about this movie. There's a couple of podcasters like me, although they have more sophisticated equipment and a much bigger following, that investigate crimes. And they're investigating Michael Myers, so they actually are able to go in the Smiths Grove Sanitarium and interview Michael Myers. And it shows all of the other inmates getting all crazy when they take his mask out and start mocking Michael Myers with it, saying, "You can feel it, can you?" Like the mask has like some evil supernatural presence or something. Unlike in Halloween 2, Michael Myers is natural in this movie. He is not supernatural. He gets out of Smiths Grove in a prison transport to be put in a maximum security prison. Breaks out, tracks down the two podcasters, I might add, kills them. Then makes his way back to Hanfield. And this is where it gets really interesting. Relentlessly and randomly kills people. No motivation, no MMO, nothing. He just randomly kills people. And this is where I think it's pretty ballsy. He also snaps the neck of a 12-year-old boy. So he has no freaking conscience at all. He's just randomly killing people. Laurie Strode has a daughter and a granddaughter. She is always wanted to prepare them for the worst of Michael Myers escaping and stuff like that, and very protective. When she discovers that Michael Myers has escaped, she goes nuts and tries to round everybody up. Granddaughter, after being pissed off because her boyfriend was making out with some other woman in front of her at a Halloween party, is walking home with some admirer in front of hers, which tries to make a pass at her that doesn't go that well. Walks away. Michael kills that teenager friend of hers, and then voila. She sees what's really going on. Gets picked up by Marsh Sheriff. He was played by Will Patton. And basically, I find out that the doctor, who was in charge of Michael Myers, actually is more interested in seeing how Michael Myers works and does this thing out in the real world, that he actually kills the sheriff and captures Michael with the attempt to go ahead and run a little experiment with Michael. Michael kills him. The granddaughter escapes and finally makes her way back to her grandmother's house, where she teams up with Laurie Strode, who pretty much right before she arrives got a big battle with Michael Myers and thrown out of the house rear window. A big nod to the first film a little bit by going ahead and Michael looks over the window to see if she's not there. Yeah. Then we find out that the panic room is actually not a panic room. It was a way to lure Michael Myers into a trap, into a fiery hell. Because the whole freaking basement panic room is actually rigged. It's like a cage for Michael Myers that could be set on fire and torture him. Hence a nod to part 2. And that's basically how it ends. Now, Blumhouse has already disclosed that, depending on the success of 2018's Halloween, there will be another movie. I hope there is, because this was amazing. It actually made $130 million in 2 weeks. Well, people would argue, at least say, in 8 days, because if we think about it, it's like 7 days, really, because 2 weekends, and it made $130 million. So it's pretty high, and well above everybody's expectation. So I'm very happy about this movie. Audio-video quality. I can't really speculate on audio-video quality at this point in time. I could say that it definitely looked like it was more around the lines of looking like Rob Zombie's Halloween 1, with more of a cool temperature. But here's the problem with going to movie theaters. All movies look exactly the same on the big screen. I'm sorry that I say that, but they do. They all look exactly the same on the big screen. I don't know, maybe something about the lighting of the projector screen or whatever, or how digital looks. I don't know. To me, they all look the same. And as for audio, I cannot speculate on audio. Because again, I don't trust sound engineers and sound technicians over at a movie theater. So I cannot give you guys a really good quality review on the audio and video of the movie until I own the movie on Blu-ray. Then I can go ahead and review the movie again, and that would be a quality review. That's what there is to say about that. Well, that's my thoughts on 2018's Halloween. Have you seen 2018's Halloween? If not, I suggest you do. It is definitely a good movie, and I think it's a pretty good end to October. And with that regard, let me be happy to say Happy Halloween, everybody. And I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me for the past 62 days talk about scary movies. And I will see you guys next time for a brand new theme, which will not be scary movies, I might add, but something else. Till then.